Hi guys, this is Dawn with Furtastic Friends, and today I'm coming to you with a really easy and yummy recipe. Today we're going to make cinnamon roasted acorn squash. Sorry, not acorn squash, butternut squash. Acorn squash is another one of my favorites, but this is butternut squash. And all you need is a medium butternut squash, 3 tablespoons of melted butter, and in this bowl I have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, a teaspoon of cinnamon, a half teaspoon of salt, and a quarter teaspoon of pepper. And then we're going to cut and peel our butternut squash. And you also need to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. So, let's get started. Okay guys, now the first thing you want to do is mix your butter, brown sugar, and seasonings together in a bowl and set that aside. And I've already done that. The other thing you're going to want to do is trim off the ends of your butternut squash and then cut it in half, which I've already done. Then we're going to peel it. Now this is a really hard squash, so you're going to notice that when you're peeling it, the outside of this squash is really hard. So be careful while you're trying to peel off this tough outer skin. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish peeling this, and this bottom piece is like an acorn squash. It has seeds in the middle, so cut this in half and core out the seeds and throw those away. And then we're going to cut our squash into bite-sized chunks and then pour our butter seasoning mix over the chunks and get it ready to bake. So let me go ahead and finish prepping this, and I'll be back. Okay guys, I've peeled it and I've cut up half of it into chunks and put it in this bowl. Now just in case some of you have not seen the inside of a butternut squash, that is what the lower half looks like, and I've already scraped out all the seeds. It's kind of like a pumpkin. And then we're going to do the same thing to this that I've done to the top half, which is just cut it into chunks. So, not to bore you, I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll be back. Okay guys, I got my butternut squash all cut up into chunks. Now, before I move on to the next part, in one of my previous videos, someone asked me about my vegetable peeler. This is the Titan vegetable peeler, and you get 2 in a pack. And I will admit, I bought this on an infomercial. I bought it many years ago. And as you can see, this thing has never rusted. It is still practically brand new. That's because I hand wash it, dry it, and put it back in my drawer. I haven't even used the second one yet because I'm still on the first one. But like I said, it is the Titan vegetable peeler, and they no longer do infomercials, but you can find this on Amazon. It is the best vegetable peeler I have ever used. So if you're interested, you can find it on Amazon. But like I said, I hand wash it, dry it, and put it back in the drawer. And I've had that thing probably a good, I know, probably at least 10 years. So yeah, that's an excellent vegetable peeler. Okay, so now we're going to take, I probably need to stir this, our butter and brown sugar cinnamon mixture. And we're just going to pour that all over the squash. And what we're going to do is we're going to give that a good stir so that all of the squash pieces can get a little bit of that butter and cinnamon on them. Now, butternut squash actually is sweet all on its own, especially when you roast it. So that's why your squash is not going to be drowning in this mixture. You just want a little bit of a coating so that the squash gets a tiny bit of butter and just a little bit of the cinnamon and brown sugar. And then get you a tray. Now I've covered mine in aluminum foil to help with cleanup. And my oven is already at 400 degrees. And these are going to roast probably for about 30 to 40 minutes. Check it at 30 because you don't want to over roast these. And see, and that was perfect. And then put these out into a single layer. I probably should have gotten a bigger pan, but we're already here, so. My suggestion would be definitely use your biggest cookie sheet for this process. My biggest cookie sheet is unavailable at the moment. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to check these at 30 minutes, but they could go as long as 40 minutes until they are done. And when they're done, we'll be back, guys. Okay, guys. I just took these beautiful babies out of the oven. Now, they didn't caramelize as much as they could have, probably because the pan is too crowded. That's the reason why I should have used a bigger sheet pan. But they are done because I used my fork and they are tender. And they went for about 35 minutes. So they didn't go the full 40. So they are done. But they are piping hot. So, matter of fact, I can see the steam coming off of them. Let me go ahead and let them cool down before I taste them for you. Because I also have some baked potatoes that are cooking in the oven right now too. And they need to finish baking as well. So, let me go ahead and let the rest of my dinner get together. And then I'll come back and we'll give these a yummy taste. See you in a few. Okay, guys, I am ready for dinner. I have me a loaded baked potato with some of my barbecued pulled pork and some cinnamon roasted butternut squash that I'm about to taste for you. Doesn't that look yummy? Oh my goodness! Sorry. Definitely deserves another taste. Mmm. Oh my goodness, that is so good. Oh, I might have to come back for a second helping of that one. That is delicious. But again, I love vegetables. Guys, that is so delicious. Oh my goodness. I'm definitely making that again, that's for sure. Whoo! If you are new to my channel, I hope you'll subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. And as always, love, hugs, and kitty kisses. Bye, guys. Definitely go in for another taste of that. Mmm. Dang, that's yummy.